Hey guys, G-Chuck here, and I'm here to bring you an exciting team deathmatch game. And I actually got this gameplay late last night when I was playing with my cousin, my big cousin, Big Vic, more like Big Dick. But anyways, it's just a little inside joke with my friend. And what I'm here to, no, actually, let's talk about the gameplay for a bit because I know some people don't like. They want to hear about the gameplay and what it's like, and some people only like to hear commentary, so I'll do a bit of both. The gameplay is actually Dome. If you didn't know, I've never played Modern Warfare 3, it's Dome, and I'm using the MP7 suppressed, one of the best guns in the game, and it's a pretty exciting gameplay. TDM, regular TDM, 6v6. I go hard all game, poop on these kids, 51-9. And the sad part is, I probably would have had a much better score if somehow they didn't get a attack helicopter out of nowhere. I'm just using hardline 4, 5, 6 setup. It's a pretty basic setup, but it gets a lot of kills. I remember in one of my Black Ops games, I was carrying hard too, and that was actually my highest scoring TDM game in Black Ops. I was using 357, I think, Napalm. If you guys have never played Black Ops, Napalm is 5, attack helicopter at 7, and that was actually one of my highest scoring TDM gameplays too. And it was actually a 60-14 gameplay. And this is the part I just sped up because I died 5 times in a fucking row. That just got on my nerves. I don't know. I'm usually a revenge killer type person. And as you can see, I'm just wrecking names, doing my stuff. And this was recorded in theater mode. I don't know, do you guys want to see more live gameplay where I actually record? Or do you just want, I don't like recording straight from there because I have a theater mode and there's no point in not using the theater mode. But actually, let's move on with the commentary because I guess that's what you guys are here for too, not just gameplay. And what I'm here to talk to you guys about today is MMA, yeah, and how MMA started. It was back late in the early 90s. Dana White and whoever, they created the UFC, and if you don't know what UFC stands for, it's Ultimate Fighting Championship. It's one of the largest known not distributors, but say like a company, like NHL, NFL, they're like a thing like that, and they're for fighting. And basically, MMA is fought in an octagon, sometimes boxing rings, depending on where the vendor is, and it usually consists of anything, almost anything goes except for all the cheap shit like biting, eye gouging, just none of that kind of stuff. And how I got into MMA was when I was about 10. I was into the WWE stuff. I don't know. It was kind of cool, and it was just a decent show that was on at the time. Just wrestling, whatever. Fake wrestling, I guess you could call it. And I don't know how the WWE has been doing after the UFC has exploded into the scene. And actually, the UFC exploded after the Forrest Griffin fight, where he won the first Ultimate Fighter that really vaulted the UFC into what it is now, a phenomenon. But that's how the UFC got started, and how I got started into it. I started watching WWE, and I actually get Jewed out for Predator here because it's a host migration, and I actually had to record 2 different clips and just put a little transition in, and yeah, I got Jewed out. And I'm sorry if any of you guys are Jewish, but I got Jewed out for a Predator missile, which kind of sucks. Even though, and if you guys didn't notice during the gameplay, I actually get tagged by a recon drone. So the rest of this gameplay, I'm tagged. And let's move on with the commentary. I'm digressing right now with this gameplay. How I got started when I was about in grade 6 on the island, because I actually haven't done Res Life Part 2, so we'll get into the island. When I was about in grade 6, I joined a wrestling team there, and that's how I really got started into MMA, started enjoying it. I wasn't the best wrestler, but I enjoyed it. I went up for every practice, had fun, and I did a couple tournaments. In provincials, I actually tied for first, but I lost because the other participants had more points than me, so I got bronze, which was kind of shitty. And when I was about 15, 16, I went over to this national tournament for brown kids. Yep, brown kids, native kids, where they hold a tournament for almost every summer sport, wrestling, baseball, and as to speak, I went for wrestling, and I entered into the 185-pound category. So I'm kind of a big kid, I guess you could call me. And I entered into the 185 category, but you can't have two people from the same group. I was on Team Ontario, and you can't have two people from Team Ontario in the same weight class. So I actually had to move up about 15 kilograms, which is about 30 pounds-ish. And I actually had to face someone else there for the championship of that category. So I actually had to face a big Inuit kid. He was at least 6'2", 220 pounds. It was crazy. And after that, I got really into boxing. Just last summer, actually. I got really into boxing. Entered a little boxing camp. So I know a little bit about MMA and all that stuff. And that's about it for this gameplay, guys. We'll see you guys later. I didn't really get too far into MMA, but Balmon P, miigwech.